Andrew?
We have had 2 days. Sorry.
Andrew, can I just make, I'm sorry.
Gee.
One observation that might be encouraging is that every client we have, in any country we work, corporate, developer, government, everyone cares about and tries to meet the objectives of sustainability and green. So the client base is there. I think we do have to inspire the users, and so everybody's on board. But I think it's very encouraging, and I think this conference just really is key to moving this agenda along. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you. We have had 2 days worth of talking about buildings. This is the B stream, the building stream, on retrofitting our existing stock, and today on new builds. I'd like to open the discussion time to you all to contribute to comment on both retrofitting and new build. Particularly, I look forward to some contribution from overseas visitors, sharing with us your experience, your policy, your incentives, your, if you like, carrots and sticks to make it happen. There's one over here.
Yeah, my name is Cornelia Poschka from Berlin. I had a presentation yesterday. Well, I think it's true. Everybody wants a sustainable development. Everybody talks about it. But when it's up to realize it, there are struggles within the city between the politicians. There are struggles with the investors. There are struggles with the NGOs. There are struggles with all kinds of people. So and very often it's a problem of the budget, because the cities normally don't have enough money to invest into, for example, retrofitting, or to give incentives for house owners to do so. So it's really, it's true, everybody wants it, but it's really a difficulty, and in future, we hope in Berlin that more people are willing to work together, and I think this is also necessary in other cities, because wherever I talk to people, I know that there's a struggle between the people responsible for building and those for transport and those for the environment to come to one conclusion. I can give you one example. We are fighting to put through a climate protection law. It's still a bill, because we are negotiating it with all different people, and it's still very difficult to get it through for various reasons.
Thank you. Any more? There are several hands up there. Yeah. And then one up there. Yeah.
I'm from Hong Kong. I got 2 points to make. One is it's a comment that we do become to see more LEED or BEAM Plus certified buildings in town. And likewise, in many other advanced economies, people are using it to scale the buildings. But one thing is that we shouldn't be complacent just to simply believe having LEED certified or BEAM Plus certified building will essentially lead us to very energy efficient buildings in our building stock. Because there are papers and research suggesting the opposite. So we need to be very careful. So in measuring the success of the green building labeling system, alongside with that is that we're seeing other countries are measuring the exact energy or resource performance of these certified buildings becoming more important. So I do believe that we need to measure the energy performance of all these buildings in this operational life. The government should take the lead, basically, to mandatory disclosure of these energy performances. Especially now we are having bonus GFA given to those BEAM Plus certified buildings, because without those verification, it will be difficult to sustain this movement. It's happening in other locations. Second point is relating to some of the earlier comments relating to different policy portfolios falling under different secretaries' responsibility. And we are known that Hong Kong, we are facing the waste disposal issue. General community do not want to have more landfill site, but there will be a lot of waste from the people's activity and so on. I just wonder whether waste to energy is a way forward for Hong Kong, but how to deal with the waste and creating possible district energy from this and benefiting the building developments. And so it will cross between different policies. And I just wonder, probably this question to Carrie, whether the two departments actually will have crossed discussion on this particular issue, and helping to address this waste to energy, benefiting to both camps. Thank you.
I try. I think the subject of solid waste treatment could be the theme of another workshop because it is so multifaceted and so complicated. But to cut the long answer short, these days there is no single issue which can be tackled within one bureau or one department. Take, for instance, the harborfront matters that we are dealing with. We need to work with many departments in order to really enhance the waterfront for the enjoyment of the public. So we do have internal mechanisms to enable cross-bureau cooperation. But of course, to be very honest, that cooperation sometimes takes the form of argument and tension because each policy portfolio has their objectives, has their political pressures to meet, and as Speaker points out, as also the budget constraints to consider. So I can only assure you that areas of cross-bureau and cross-departmental issues are taken care of very seriously within the administration. But sometimes we do not go out to say exactly what are our respective differences. And when people see the outcome, that is actually very often the outcome of a lot of internal discussions and resolutions before we come up with a particular solution that we believe is a good balance given the various constraints that I've just mentioned. But particularly on waste to energy, this is very marginally Development Bureau's involvement basically is in supplying of land. But I would agree that in order to solve this waste issue, it really requires a lot of community efforts. I just mentioned this example in Taipei, I think. The solid waste treatment results were remarkable, but that would not be possible unless every citizen participates in that particular spirit and with that particular vision in mind. So I hope that you would give us a bit of allowance if you feel that departments and bureaus have not been joined up sufficiently to deliver the best solution. But I just want to share with you that we need your support, the professionals and the experts, because matters like these sometimes tend to be very politicized, especially when elections are coming. So in the next 12 months or so, we need more support from experts and professionals if we are going to take forward some of the difficult issues, whether it is handled by Edward or by myself. I suggest that this is really the time to wrap up this very interesting session. For 2 days, a lot of experts and friends have given us your time, your attention, and also your views. So on behalf of the government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and the Secretary for Environment in particular, representing the whole city for this C40 workshop, I would like to formally close these proceedings and also to officially thank every one of you for joining in this workshop and also sharing with us your ideas and insights. I think the goal of this particular workshop has been achieved over the last 2 days. A workshop like this doesn't occur without a considerable investment of time, energy, and financial resources. And I want to personally thank Christine for all the time and efforts she has put into organizing this event, including a lot of pre-conference and workshop meetings. I'd also like to thank all the speakers, panelists, moderators, and experts in the room for dialogue over the past 2 days. All of you have given up a lot of your valuable time to spend with us to enhance this conversation we have over today and yesterday. Could I also thank our friends from over 30 other cities who have traveled to Hong Kong to be a part of this event. Your experience and sharing has been most inspirational. We have heard and learned a lot of new ideas from other cities, and I'm sure that myself and my colleagues and all the professional institutes in Hong Kong will take forward some of our ideas in our own internal deliberations. And finally, to all the delegates, whether from Hong Kong or from other parts of China and across the world, it has been our greatest pleasure to engage you in this very important conversation. So thank you again, and a formal farewell from Hong Kong, and for those traveling from abroad, a very safe journey home. Thank you very much.